Well, hello everybody. Welcome back. Tier 2 in Las Vegas. My name is Kayla K Sizzle. I'm a fanatic. Whatever you want to call me. Back again. I'm on my own this time, unfortunately. So, shame for that. No mini code today, and my brother is cleaning, which I should be doing because I'm going to get in trouble. But we're here anyway. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Sunday. Hopefully you all are reveling in the McLaren double DSQ like I am, because I'm a real hater. Yeah, actual race was quite boring, to be honest, but I mean, unless other people have other opinions, but yeah, did tier 3. Hopefully tier 3 was a good watch for everybody, and here we go into qualifying for tier 2. Mod is going to be the first one out, and we'll see what he can throw down as a banker. Let me go back and pull up all the statistics and whatnot, or standings and stuff like that I normally read out at the beginning. It'd be a good thing if I click on the right section. So Ahmad is doing his lap. I will pull this up. So the driver standings, Rhythms, after winning last week, has extended his championship lead, and he is ahead of MRK with 93 points to MRK 64, and Fletcher up to P3 now with 47, overtaking Miller, who's at 45. And Fox, with a couple really good results in the past few races, is now up to 5th place with 43 points. So it is it's getting interesting, getting dicey. So we'll see if anyone can challenge Rhythms. He's been having a great run so far since his disconnect issue in Silverstone. So we'll see if he can continue that good run of form. I'm trying to think. I think everyone here, the only reserve today is Zeech, filling in the Williams. I think for Mebinator, if I remember correctly. Yes. So then we go here. I don't know if anyone was a bad egg last week. I think we had a couple potential incidents. We had 2 no further actions, and Zeech was the only one to get a penalty last week. Oh, that's tier 1. Tier 2 penalties. Yep, so it's still Sam and Josh on the board for the most penalty points so far with 4. As Mod finishes his banker with a 32.9. We'll just keep going around as everyone's starting to set laps and whatnot. Newbie next across the line. Oh, never mind. He's starting his lap. For me. Who's coming across? I think the Ferraris. It's gonna be Kiwi first, and then Fletcher. Who else was it that I saw? Miller as well, as he goes across the line to take provisional pole. Obviously those times will keep ticking down, but it's a good first lap for the Alpine. We'll see if he can jump back up onto the podium this race. Let's see for Zeech, filling in for Mebinator. What can he throw down as Rhythms? Beats Miller's time by 2/10. About. Circulate through the grid. Who else is coming up close? NBA. Case going. Box. He's going down straight. Fletcher, Tilla's towards the beginning of his lap. So let's go back to Newbie here. Yeah, yellow flag, probably just someone getting out the way. Looks like that's the Ferrari. Assuming Kiwi already done his lap. Maybe giving Fletcher a bit of a tow. Well, let's see what Newbie can put down here. Jumping up to P3 in Tier 3 last season, now in Tier 2. Respectable time, MRK as well. The MP Jacobson. Let's go back to Fletcher. He's about to cross the line. Let's see what the Ferrari man can do. manages a P7. Not bad, as there's a spun out Mercedes. Facing the wrong direction. Careful with your rejoin, sir. Nice job. Let's see, Tilla is coming towards the end of his lap as well. Coming around the final corner, turn 17. Let's put up to P4. Nice lap from Tilla. I know he's not had the best of times in MRL this season, but making the best of it. We got a yellow flag as well, probably. Someone getting ready to go into the pits. They ran out of fuel or something, who knows. But Eddie Jacobson gonna put down his first time. Let's see what he can put here. P11. Not bad, not bad. The Joker Shamrock actually out on track, which is a big surprise because we know what he likes to do. Wait till the last minute, do a one-shot quali, but here is P13 for first lap. Let's see. So we'll sit on a Marmo. He's actually not on a lap. He's weaving. Or Josh. Is Josh on a lap? No. Yeah, because he spun out. Maybe he doesn't have enough fuel either. Who knows? But he's gonna go back in and recharge and go again. Howdy, Burn. How's it going? Congrats on your wherever you finished. I don't even remember, to be honest. That race was so boring for me. I could have fallen asleep. It was that bad. Yeah. Only thing I did was I got the race director at the end. But I've completely blanked everything from my mind. Yeah. You can tell when it's like there's people that actually play the game somewhat consistently, and then people like me that don't touch it at all until the day of the race. So yeah, it's not fun. Quite boring, to say the least. The only interesting part was after I broke my wing and I came out the pit lane, and then I had clay buckets behind me, and I was like, this could be a bit close coming out the pit lane. And they started to gain a bit of time, and then I eventually dropped them, and I was like, okay, well, now I have nothing to do now. There's no more excitement going on here. I couldn't catch I couldn't catch Norm or Corny because we were all doing the same lap times, and I was like 10 seconds behind them. Because they pit lap 11, I pit lap 12 because I didn't want to double stack with Corny, but so is life. So is life. I'm wondering what Jordy's plan is here. He's doing another cooldown lap. I'm guessing he's just burning the fuel off and then going for an actual one. Let's see. Marmo is actually on a lap this time. See what the Haas man can do. He got wing damage entering the pits. How did I broke my wing? I don't know. I think I just wasn't paying attention, to be honest. And I just like tapped the wall, and then it was just like the end plate fell off, and then on my in lap I was pushing, and that was like I didn't want to hold up the people that already pit ahead, so it was like I think it was like you and the Red Bull, so I didn't want to hold you guys up too much, so I was like, all right, let me try and like get a move on, get out their way, but and I ended up tapping the wall again on the left side, so then I had 2 missing end plates. Is anyone on a lap? Hold and drift. Yeah, let me go back to the race schedule as well. So after this race in Vegas, we've got Abu Dhabi, of course. Wait, am I tripping? No, that's right. Why did they have it switched on the calendar but not matching IRL? Anyway. So, if anyone didn't know, there's a triple header for the final 3 races of F1. So yeah, we had Vegas yesterday, and then we have Qatar, and then Abu Dhabi. But for some reason, MRL, we have Abu Dhabi and then Qatar. And then it's Belgium, Japan, Bahrain, and Monza for the final second half of the season. There we go. Let's see. Just be kind of cycling through. There we go. Rhythms. Original pole man. Let's see if he can improve on his time. I have no doubt that he will. We'll see if anyone can get close to him. Yeah, I wonder how people think about this, the calendar for this year. I mean, for me, because I don't play the game, I don't really care. Like, personally, I think the only track I have, like, potentially good pace on in Tier 3 is probably Belgium. I've always liked Belgium, but we'll see. We shall see, we shall see. So some people moved up. I think it was, man, the box moved up a spot. NBA also about to cross the line. See if he can improve. He does, up to P4, nicely done. Maybe Jacobson and MRK going back into the pits. Fletcher as well, gonna come across the line, see if he can improve from P10. And he does up to P3, nicely done. Out to Williams, is that Siege? He's going to the pits. Yeah, yellow flag. Box is sideways in turn, what is this, 16? Can't park there, sir. As he gets out of the way, no problem, and he's going to have to change tires and go again. 5 minutes left to go in this qualifying session, and he's definitely going to need to get a move on and get a time down. Same with Josh, is going to need to see some big improvement to move him up from 15th. Let's see, man in the box. He swapped with Cartman, for anyone that didn't know. Inter-team swap, so Cartman moved down from Tier 2 to Tier 3, and man in the box moved back up. Which I think he probably should have been in Tier 2 regardless. I think he had the pace for it. So, the P10, not a bad spot as well, so. Not a bad spot. Especially because we're not racing Thanksgiving weekend. Makes sense. You know what I say? I say you bring your Xbox or your PC, your PlayStation, whatever. You bring it with you if you're going out of town. You know what I'm saying? Where's the commitment at? Let's see, let's keep cycling through. Kiwi is on a lap, yes. Got a nice toe from Fletcher. Go right out the way. Back onto the racing line. And we'll see how he can improve. Great teamwork from the Ferrari pair. And we'll see if Kiwi can jump up with his teammate. He's about 4/10 to gain around the final corner across the line. And only good enough for P7. So, not too bad. As we can see from this grid, it's very close across the board. So we'll see what if there's any improvements to be made here. Let's see, where's Jordy at? I'm gonna keep my eye on him because I know he's got more in his locker for sure. I mean, you don't jump up from like the bottom of the pack standings wise to then in 5th place for no reason. So we'll see what he can do. I'll keep my eye on you. Come on, you. But Shamrock is on a lap. As Tilla goes back into the pit lane, and we'll see what the V-car man can throw down. But we know what Shamrock's like. Quali pace, not something I think he cares about too much. But the race pace is where he thrives, and you would expect, okay, he's qualifying at the back. There's no way he's going to get a P6, and then boom, he gets a P6 at the end of a race. So we'll see if he can have another repeat performance of that, just depending on where he qualifies. You never know. Maybe he'll get caught in an incident for once. But he seems to be very good at avoiding a lot of chaos. The complete opposite of his Tier 3 teammate, Normbash, who always seems to get caught in an incident. We shall see. He's got a yellow flag in Sector 1. I think it's just a McLaren getting out of everyone's way. No problem. And Shamrock now has all the battery left to dump as he comes around the final corner. And we'll see if he can improve from P14. He does. He goes up to P13. And he gained like, what, 0.3 there? So, yeah, very close grid. It's marginal gains here, as Jordy has invalidated his lap again. He still has about 1:20 to get back around. Hopefully he's got enough fuel in the car, or it could be looking a little tricky for him. He is pushing a little bit, I'm guessing, to get across the line in time. I don't think he needs to use this much battery. Vern, what are your thoughts on your drivers so far? Doing a very interesting qualifying strategy, if you want to put it that way. Let's see Marmo. I know Marmo. No, he's not. Never mind. I'll go back to Andy Jacobson. I don't bother watching him. Yeah, he's just doing his thing. Let's see. Anyone at the front? Miller's on a lap. Rhythms is on a lap. He is getting the big block. All that dirty air from, is that MVA? It is MVA. But MVA is also on a lap from the looks of it. So, yeah. Nothing Rhythms can do, nothing MVA can do. They're both on a lap, so it's not impeding. So we'll see if Miller maybe can potentially take advantage. We'll just need to gain 0.2. At least. As that is qualifying done, Tilla is done, Kiwi and fucking Shamrock are all finished. So let's see, Rhythms is gonna get a nice tow from MVA. But yeah, so the tricky part is just now he just gets all that dirty air in the slow speed sections. But if he does improve his time, as he taps the wall a little bit, that'd be impressive. Having a car stuck in front of you the whole way through. Let's see. He does, marginally, he does gain time. And I think that might be it. I don't think anyone's going to challenge him. I think Rhythms has done it yet again. Another pole position. Let's see if Fletcher has anything to do about it. And Golden Drift. Golden Drift is going to come across the line before Fletcher. See if Golden Drift can improve from P8. And he does, up to P4. Nice lap from him, as Fletcher has nothing left in the tank. His qualifying is done. Doherty's qualifying is done. Let's see Josh in the Mercedes. Looking to get a good result here. After having a tough season so far. And he's only up to P14, so not great. Again, like we've been saying before, this grid is so close. It's just very marginal differences between everybody. But Rhythms, yet again, very Max Verstappen-esque, dominant in his Red Bull. He's done it again, another pole position. Surprisingly, his championship rival, or the closest one, is all the way down in, what was that, P7? Was that for MRK? Yay. Which is probably not the P9, actually. So definitely not the qualifying that he was looking for. That's for sure. Because I'm by myself, I will actually read the names out very quickly for you guys. So we got Rhythms on pole with Miller in second. Then we've got Tilla, great qualifying from him, finally up the grid spots. Golden Drift, Newbie, NVA, Fletcher, Kiwi, MRK, and Omarmo with a great qualifying to put him in the top 10. And then we've got everybody else. Jordy, just doing his thing, down in last place. Yeah, there goes your qualifying. And now we wait and let everyone do their setups and whatnot, and their strategies, etc. And we'll just chill and wait for them to get started. Unfortunately, no rain. Would have liked to see some rain like we did on that on Friday night. Full wets. Who would have thought we would see a full wet qualifying? That was pretty fun to watch, for sure. But yeah, I've got my bets on Rhythms. Again, I feel like it's just hard to bet against him at this point. He's just on a roll at the moment, so I think he might have this one in the bag yet again. Just seems to be untouchable at the moment. If anything, you know, he has trouble in like the first couple corners normally, and he might, lose out on the first lap. He's kind of like Lando a bit in terms of starts, but then regains his composure and then just kind of takes charge from there. So I expect nothing less. But we'll see if he can extend his championship lead and leave MRK and the rest in the dust. As we do have the lights. And here we go. Everyone's away safely, as we got a great start from Tilla, actually, as we've got a yellow flag already. Maybe a bit of bumping and barging. So far, so good. One Haas going wide, nothing crazy here. We got no Bortolettos here crashing into people. But yeah, Tilla with a good start. Looked like he was going to jump Rhythms for a second. As Rhythms takes the inside line, defends. As Newbie gives Tilla a bit of a tap. That's going to set him back, give Golden Drift the opportunity. Oops. To jump up into P3. As now Newbie drops down some spots. Going side by side with the Ferrari of Fletcher. We'll see if there's any more bumps and barges in the midfield pack here. So far, so good as MRK, but moves up a spot ahead of the Ferraris. He's gained some positions. Well done to him. Cycle back through. Let's see if anyone takes out the bollard like I did. Going a bit wide there. I think it was MRK. It was MRK. He did go a bit wide. As Fletcher's going to move back past him. And he's got another Ferrari. And the Williams of Zeech right on his tail as well. So he's definitely going to have to get a move on. As Zeech does get a move past Kiwi. But we'll see. Be going side by side here into chicane potentially. No. Zeech does move up one spot. And now MRK really gonna, like I said, gonna have to get a move on. He's got the two cars behind him just basically pushing him along, saying, hey, don't lose DRS. Well, it just got activated, but don't fall out of DRS range. Let's see, let's go back up to our leaders. So, Rhythms again, setting the pace so far. Had a little bit of side-by-side action with Miller, but he's held strong. Golden Drift hanging on to that P3 after... Oh, never mind. Oh, we got a big pile-up. We got a big pile-up. Oh my goodness. Miller has lost it. He's crashed into his teammates crashed into him. Oh my goodness. And we've got a big pile-up, and that's a VSC, it looks like. So we've got cars stopped because we don't want people to pass each other. Oh my. Well... as we're getting time penalties galore, ignoring yellow flags, we've got severe collisions, to NVA man in the box and Miller all getting penalties because of that. And I'm expecting this pit lane to get busy. There's Zeech missing an end plate. MRK looks to be good to go. Fletcher looks like he's missing an end plate as well. Let's see Golden Drift. So the Red Bulls are good. Golden Drift looks good. Fletcher's missing an end plate. Just gonna keep cycling through if it allows me to. As DC is ended. As Zeech gets a good jump on Fletcher here. Got caught napping a little bit. And Fletcher falling behind now. Now missing his part of his wing. Not impossible on this track, but definitely not the best circumstance as I see him peel into the pit lane. Let's see if anyone else behind him does as well. I expect Miller to. He's got no front wing at all. And looks like that's it. Just Kiwi and Fletcher going into the pits. So everyone else seems to be going well enough where if they do have damage, they can continue on. Oh, wow. Miller again. Just the mistakes creeping in. You know, he does things so well, but then he's got that one costly mistake that just sets him back so far. And at times, like we were talking about last week, where sometimes it just seems like he's just overdriving the car a bit too much. And there we are again. Now he is dead last. We'll see if he can make any improvements. He'll definitely need to be hoping for a safety car coming his way. Him and Kiwi both will be needing that. Unfortunately for Kiwi getting caught up in that incident. But we've got the two Red Bulls out in front leading the charge with Golden Drift in tow with a nice margin to MRK behind with Zeech. So, see Man in the Box and Newbie side by side. Looks like Newbie will have the overspeed on him. I think they both have DRS. I think, maybe. But Newbie's going to hold the inside line and make the move in the Aston Martin. And there, now he up goes to 9th. As, oh, we've got a spun out mod. I don't know if he had contact or if he just spun it himself, but he's missing a wing. He also tapped the wall on his rear, so who knows if he accidentally gave himself rear wing damage as well. But now he's missing his end plate. He will peel into the pit lane as well. Unfortunate for the McLaren team boss, but still got plenty of action. Plenty of laps left. You never know what might happen. My goodness. I was not expecting that. And if he didn't get tapped, that's great avoiding action from everyone behind. It's definitely a bit tricky. At the moment, everyone else seems to be behaving themselves. But let's see with Josh. Moving up to P6. But I don't think he'll be able to hold that P6 at the moment. Here comes Fletcher right behind him. I think he might even pass him before the DRS zone, and he does. So he'll be trying his hardest to catch up to the back of MRK and Zeech ahead. Let's see. Let's go back up to our front leading pack here. Yeah, Attila won't do anything crazy. What he'll probably try and do is stick in Rhythm's DRS and see if he can hold back the McLaren Golden Drift as best he can. I think I'm surprised, well, surprised Tilla's doing this well. Not to say that, but I'm surprised Rhythms hasn't completely checked out yet. We've seen him stick with a, you know, someone sticks with him for a couple of laps and then he just disappears off into the distance. But Tilla doing a great job so far, holding onto the back of his teammate. We'll see what happens in the next coming laps as, let's see, Fox is battling it out with Rugged Shamrock. He is also missing his end plate. Surprised he hasn't decided to jump into the pits. Maybe he thinks it's not bad enough where he needs to pit and he can continue on. Because one thing, as we always say, there is more chances of getting caught in a collision when you start towards the back of the field. Unfortunately for him, he wasn't able to escape the chaos. Ooh, Fletcher taps the wall there of that Miller incident. Yeah, Fletcher missing his end plate as well. Because we got a yellow flag. I think that's Mod all the way at the back. I think he just went straight on. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, Fletcher with a compromised exit. Josh will retake that position up to P6. And now he leads the train as Newbie is getting past NVA. NVA get damage? He might have. I'm not sure. Nope. Looks good to me so far. At least the front wing anyway. You never know if someone ends up getting body damage or floor damage. Things like that. It's all pretty tame so far. The Red Bulls now starting to pull a slight gap on the McLaren behind. And we'll see if they can continue this good teamwork. As Jordy decides enough's enough, I gotta take off this front wing and change to a new one with a new set of hearts. So speaking of tires, let's put on who has what. Majority of the grid on mediums as it is expected. And all the ones that hit on the hearts. So Back here is Golden Drift getting a little squirrely on the exit. He's gonna have to stay as composed as possible because MRK is not too far away. But he's gonna have to stay on it as Newbie makes a pass on Josh, and looks like he's gonna make a pass on Fletcher as well. Mod having a lot of trouble on that same corner. I can't remember what number it is. Is that 5? Turn 5? This Newbie gonna go side by side with Fletcher here. It's gonna be a little tricky. As we got a spun out Mercedes and a spun out Sauber, MVA, and Josh getting into it. Yep, going side by side there is tricky indeed, and they're both just gonna go straight into the pit lane. And that's definitely not what Josh wanted for sure. Just needed a good clean race, get himself up on the board. And now he's going to be looking at the stewards room again this week if NBA decides to submit something. Which is not what Cobb Kate wants for his team. Both of his drivers leading the penalty point standings in Tier 2. And he'll definitely be having to have a chat with MB Jacobson after this race. Or this upcoming week, I should say. Going back, another quick run through. So we got the 2 Red Bulls, Rhythms holding strong, Tilla in tow. As Golden Drift has fallen into the clutches of MRK now. As Mod just having trouble. He is struggling. He's looking like me out there. But you know what Mod's gonna do? He's never gonna give up. Gonna keep doing his best. Yep, now Zeech and MRK on the back of Golden Drift. Make this a nice, interesting podium fight. Let's see, Newbie now. It's just Fletcher, obviously, because NBA and Josh decided to hit each other. So they've got a big gap to try and potentially catch back up to the next pack of cars, which is Zeech, MRK, and Golden Drift. Zeech might have fallen out of DRS range here. I don't think he'll get it. If he did, it's just by the skin of his teeth. He did not. Now he's going to have to try and push on this straight and catch back up to the back of MRK. But we'll see what kind of pace MRK has in his locker now that he's on the back of the McLaren. Can he make a move, or is he going to opt to sit behind? Because we are getting close to the pit stop window. I think the default strategy on the game is lap 11. So we could see some early stoppers. I think someone in Tier 3 did stop on lap 9, I think. Something like that. So we'll see if anyone else in Tier 2 decides to opt for the same. Or for a bold strategy. MRK getting really close to the back of the McLaren. I think he might have this move done and dusted. He moves up into P3, and Golden Drift has no rebuttal for that, and he is through. McLaren now have to sit behind MRK the next couple corners, and we'll see if he can fight back into turn 1 if he gets close enough. No, he's not close enough at all. MRK is blitzing through, pushing like crazy, trying to get away. Zeech now lagging behind a bit, still has a comfortable gap. Ooh, wow. Big lockup, big slide. Manages to catch it. As I was saying, a nice comfortable gap to Newbie behind, but doesn't want to make too many more mistakes like that. Got a pass here, MB Jacobson on man in the box. Nice little tidy move. Turn 1. Let's see if any man in the box has any sort of rebuttal for that. He does not. MB Jacobson does have DRS on Omarmo ahead. Hopefully we don't have anyone go side by side in the chicane again, because it's just asking for trouble, isn't it? You want to hold it so bad and keep your foot in, but sometimes you gotta think of the bigger picture here. As Golden Drift is falling off the back of MRK, he's gonna have to push to even try and stay in DRS range. The detection zone is right here. And I don't think he got it. Let's see. His rear wing is open, so it's the slimmest of margins. MRK running low on ERS as well. He's definitely gonna have to keep trying to manage, see if he can pull that gap, as Zeesh has fallen way back off the back of these two. Because we got another yellow flag. I think that's Mod again, is it? It is. Yeah, this corner is kicking his butt. Thankfully, he's not broken his wing or anything, but yeah, he is having a hard time this race. As Omarmo is going to the pits. Okay, I was wondering why he dropped so far back for so many positions, which allows MB Jacobson to get clean air finally. He can breathe and no longer smell the weed on the circuit. And we'll see if he's got any more pace, potentially catch up to Newbie and Fletcher ahead. He can definitely see them. So he's got some motivation to continue forwards instead of trying to just defend. Now he try to catch. See if he can drop man in the box in the process. I don't know why my Siri activated just now. I didn't say Siri. Calm down. Let's see. Let's go back up to Fletcher. So Fletcher's just going to be hanging on as best he can. He has no end plate. That's definitely not the most fun time. But the only thing he can do is his best, as Golden Drift far back from MRK. No DRS for him. And MRK finally free of the Papaya car behind. Potentially, if he doesn't have any mistakes, if he can keep it clean. Never mind, he's going to the pit lane. Golden Drift will stay out as well. He's like he's trying to do like a fake dummy, but continues on. Tilla also opting to go into the pits. He'll take off his medium tires for a set of hards, and off he goes again. So let's see, where are they going to come out? They're probably going to come out behind. They're going to come out ahead of Kiwi, and so they've got a nice gap to go into. Let's see, Tilla, yeah, behind man in the box. A good stop for both these guys. Man in the box. Maybe doing a bit of teamwork here. Let's see if he can hold up Tilla enough for MRK to get close enough. But yeah, now Tilla's gonna have to clear a couple cars as we're coming up to probably the next round of pit stops on this lap. Tilla, the one to jump the gun early, pit lap earlier. Rhythm's most likely going to pit at the end of this lap. See what Golden Drift decides to do. I'm assuming the same. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see if Fletcher can get any closer to Newbie, or any closer to Newbie, excuse me. As Tilla is basically pushing man in the box around these corners, but he won't be able to hold him up for much longer. He is giving him a little bit of a squeeze, put him up against the wall. Who's got more pace? Who's got more straight line speed? I'm pretty sure everyone's running the lowest downforce possible. But man in the box actually got a DRS. And he will stay ahead of the Red Bull. Tilla is going to be fuming, telling, get this guy out of my way. As man in the box peels into the pits. Tilla is now free. And where will they filter out? They should come out ahead of Rhythms. Or at least Tilla will. Rhythms is going to filter out, where is he? Right behind Tilla. So, unfortunately for the Aston team, it didn't work out too well. MRK just needed a little bit more pace in his locker to eventually catch back up and get in front of Rhythms on the pit stops. But they filter out in their normal positions. P1, 2, and 3. One drifting fourth. And now we got Kiwi, who was one of those early stoppers getting caught in that incident with Miller. And he is in 5th place. Let's see. Go back to the tires. Let's see if anyone didn't pit. Pretty sure everyone has stopped. Yeah, besides Kiwi and Jordy. with Andy Jacobson on the back of Zeech and Newbie. Yeah. Yeah, now we're gonna come to like a lull in the race. We've got the first set of stoppers out the way. We've got to move Fletcher putting on the medium tires. Fresh mediums, can they go to the end? I don't know about that. Might be a bit tricky. But there he goes ahead of the Williams. Both still in the points. Jordy now occupying the last points position on the grid. As man in the box has filtered out in 15th. He's got a yellow flag ahead. I think it's a slow-moving Mercedes of Josh. Spun out Mercedes of Josh, actually, as he flips back around, and off he goes again. Let's see what Josh does. Maybe, I think he might do in the old retire in the pit lane. Let's see. Let's see. Well, unless he puts on another set of mediums. He's putting on a set of softs. And changing his front wing. Interesting. Interesting. Anyway, back up to the front. 2 Red Bulls, same story. Chilling behind his teammate. And we've got a 1.6 second gap to third place man MRK. He's had a great drive so far, moving up from 9th to 3rd on the grid. Golden Drift. Sort of a drift in 4th place at the moment, trying to catch back up to the back of MRK, see if we can get some DRS. Need to save up some more battery. Ooh, won't do that doing that. As Zeech makes a pass on Newbie. Don't think he'll have any sort of fight back into the chicane. Silla now sets the fastest lap of the race at 1:34.075. Got some moves going on in the back. Man in the box getting past Miller. As Zeech now sets the next fastest lap. 1:33.4. Where's Zeech? Zeech is... yeah, Zeech has clean air, but he does have Newbie chasing him behind. With MB Jacobson, Drunken Shamrock, and Omarmo for company. So he will have to be on it. Newbie will keep him honest. We'll see what happens. This nice slow section of Sector 2, the Pig's Foot, or the Pig's Hoof, as I like to call it. Yeah, not much for me at the moment. We're kind of just chilling. Hopefully no one else decides to kill each other. But yeah, as you would expect, most of the passes coming on this long back straight down the strip. Down the back of the pig. As we've got a spun out Josh. Who's having a worse time, would you say? Mod or Josh? Because they're both having an absolute stinker at the moment. But you know what? It's okay. Because the only thing you can do is your best. And at least they're trying. I really thought Josh was going to go and retire in the pits, but he decided to continue on. You never know. Maybe there's a safety car. Maybe Zeech decides to blow up mid-race and the safety car. This Marmo's very close to the back of the Sauber in front. As you expect, most of the moves, like I said, down the back straight. A lot of people... they get close, and because of the dirty air in this game and the lack of slipstream, you don't really get close enough. As we've got spun out Jordy in turn 2, whatever turn this is. I don't know the numbers. Yeah, he's also not having a great time at the moment. He most likely will have to pit again on his 9-lap-old hards as he's looking back and forth. Hi, Jordy, you're on stream. Welcome. Have fun. And off to the next person. Shamrock, Omarmo. Yeah, maybe MB Jacobson just has a bit more downforce, more front wing on the car. I'm expecting everyone to be running a 0 rear wing, just because of these long straights and whatnot. as Josh now decides to call it, and he is done for the day. So I missed a pass, actually. Kiwi gets passed by Zeech, which will be a nice buffer. He's got Newbie behind still. They are both pushing, you can see it. A little squirrely in that chicane on that exit. Starting off that curve can be a bit tricky. This is Josh's call of the day. Goodbye, sir. See you next time. See how well Kiwi can stick with him. He's definitely going to have less grip with 9-lap older tires. As you can already see here, going down this next straight, the lack of grip is astounding. As here comes Newbie. Definitely going to want to dispatch this Ferrari as quickly as possible. Cuts in front onto the racing line, and he is now up into P6. And we'll see when Kiwi decides to call it and go back into the pits for another set of tires. Actually, after all this yapping for me, looking at the midfield, Golden Drift are on the back of MRK. Very close to the back of MRK. You can get a good exit here. So we got a yellow flag. I think that's Jordy. Can't watch that right now. We got a McLaren making a pass. Potentially. I think he'll have the overspeed and DRS to help. And he's up into P3. Tiny little pass from Golden Drift, and now the hard part is trying to catch up. Now the even harder part is trying to stay ahead. Are we gonna have a continuous battle all the way to the end? We'll have to wait and see as Newbie actually gets past Zeech down the back straight. Marmo as well. Going side by side with MB Jacobson. His camera angle is crap. You can't see anything as MB Jacobson almost flies into the wall. It's going to drop him down to P10 into the clutches of Fletcher on semi-fresh medium tires. And wow, that got dicey. I really thought someone was going to fly into the wall there. These camera angles suck on the broadcast cam. My goodness. Let's see Fletcher. He got enough grip. He had a decent exit, I think, but MB Jacobson just flying down this straight here. Can't even get close to him. See if as we got some pitters in the back, Miller, Fox, and V8 up into the pits. We got Young Mod hanging around. I'm just staying in the back. Two Red Bulls. You know what? Forget about them. They're gone. They're out of here. They're chilling, hanging around. Golden Drift with MRK. I think this will be a game of who has more battery on the end of this race, because I expect a fight all the way to the checker flag. Let's see MRK. Is he actually gonna go for it? He made a little dummy. I think he's thinking bigger picture here. Like, I'm not going side by side in the chicane because we will die. This is Zeech. It's past Newbie as well. Maybe potentially slightly tap the wall there. I'm not too sure. Let's cycle through this train here. Oops, too far back. There we go. We see Drunken Shamrock again, starting towards the back of the field, up into the points. How does he keep doing this? I don't know. I'd like to know. We'll see if he can hang on to Amaro's coattails. Give him some bit of a boost in the straights against MB Jacobson, who seems to be very fast in a straight line. So we'll see. Everyone probably deciding to save up some battery in Sector 2 in these like slow twisty bits. See, Drunken Shamrock can get a pass on Mormo down this back straight. Let's see MRK, speaking of the back straight. You seem kind of close to Golden Drift. I don't know if he'll have enough to pass him. He'll definitely get DRS. Stick with him. As Newbie has slightly dropped out of the DRS range with no battery left. Same with Zeech. They burned everything to try and either stay away from one another and the other one to try and catch back up. So we're gonna have to really hammer down on these exits. nice and clean. See if you can stick with this Williams. The remaining what, 6 laps or so? No Marmo still holding strong. He's got a nice, comfortable gap, I'd say. Kind of holding Shamrock at arm's length. Maybe not coming up to turn 1, but up until this point. Had good enough speed and good enough corner exits to warrant enough space. Or maybe not. Maybe Shamrock might go for a pass here. He's gonna get close. He might go for it here. We'll see. No, he decides to opt against that. Stay back. I don't know. Maybe he should have gone for that. Maybe try and force him over into a mistake, or to take a move down the inside and see if he can go a bit deep. Maybe hit the wall there. Could have been close, but hey, getting towards the last few laps here. If anything, they need a Marmo to kind of get a move on actually, because Kiwi is 2 seconds ahead and he's on dying hards. So for him to get a move on as actually missed MRK getting past Golden Drift. Let's see Newbie on the back of Zeech here. He'll be making this move nice and easy. Come up to the braking zone, and he is ahead. How well Zeech can stick with the Alpine. Going down to turn 17 here. Move on, let's see. Morrow slowly, a few tenths per lap gaining on Kiwi. He should catch him by the end of the race. But he'll definitely need to make a move sooner rather than later. So Q doing a great job, 17 lap old hards, just doing his thing. And we'll see what kind of tire management he's got if he can stay out for the rest of the race. As we've got scuffling back here. We got Miller, MVA, and Jordy all kind of bashing out the caught in an incident, separate incidents, I think. Jordy, I don't know if he got damage from the Miller incident. If he did, then boom, they've all got caught in the same thing. Hanging around, just outside the, well, I say just outside the points. They're 23 seconds off the back of man in the box, who was in the last point position. It's Golden Drift again. Him and MRK kind of swapping places back and forth. As the Red Bulls are getting close to the back of Mod, who jumps into the pits as he gets lapped. Now lapped by his teammate, unfortunately. He's had a bit of a rough time today, but we know Mod will bounce back as he was throwing a set of soft tires. And hopefully, we'll see where he filters out. Hopefully it's behind this train where he doesn't get caught. I think it will be. Don't have to worry about that. But Kiwi now in danger because he's got Omarmo right on the back of him, and he's brought a whole pack of friends to bring with him. So without having many laps left to go, he's gonna have to try his absolute best to keep these guys blind. Let's see MRK. Let me go back up real quick. It's kind of the same story. 2 Red Bulls. They pieced out. Well, I say they pieced out. They're only like 2.3 seconds ahead. The gap has maintained. So they're not really pulling away too much. So like Golden Drift and MRK can still see them. It's just, yeah, they're just in their own world, just hanging around. I mean, actually, I don't know if MRK is gonna get close enough so quickly. Zeech and Newbie. But let's see Kiwi. Can he hold back the charging Haas of Omarmo? I don't think Shamrock will be close enough to make a move as well. But Omarmo will definitely be close enough. As through he goes, up into P7. He has held his nerve. Hopefully doesn't hit any walls on the exit. He's good to go. And now, Let's see if he can gap Kiwi at all for the next DRS detection zone. Probably not. MB Jacobson going side by side. Drunken Shamrock opted around to go on the outside. A little bit less grip there. We try to make it work. As Fletcher opted to go into the pits. Put another set of hards for the last couple of laps. Well, he flipped right in front of man in the box, just barely. But he will keep his 11th place. Still in the points, mind you, so still going strong. And Kiwi still holding onto the back of Omarmo, which is what he needs. Oh, as I say that, he drops out of that 1 second zone. Just barely, just lacking the grip compared to everybody else. And these ancient hard tires, but detection zone is coming up, so if he can blast down this straight, maybe he can catch back up, but it's not looking likely. Omarmo is, well, he's not really pushing anymore, but I don't think Kiwi will have it. Drunken Shamrock also not even close, but he will get DRS off Kiwi, which is probably going to frustrate MB Jacobson. I would, oh my god! How did he keep it out? How did he not hit that Ferrari? MB Jacobson going to try and opt to go around the outside of the V-carb. Jesus Christ, I thought he was going to just go sliding right into Kiwi there. But MB Jacobson has Mod just hanging around behind him. Unfortunately, he's lapped, and yeah, can't really do much now. But yeah, if I'm MB Jacobson, I'm like, I gotta get a move on, bro. I gotta get ahead of this guy. Yeah, the Red Bulls have started to pick up the pace a little bit. Whether that's because MRK and Golden Drift are duking it out, who knows? But they have lost a few tenths to the leading Red Bull pair. It's like, I want to watch the podium, but that midfield scrap for like P8 is going crazy right now. It's just the same thing. Okay, MRK, you pass me. Okay, MRK, I pass you, kind of thing. But at the moment, I think they're just going to try and hold, save as much battery as possible, and try and go for a last lap dash. And then Jacobson finally gets past Drunken Shamrock. Maybe. We'll see who's got more battery to burn. Looks like it's Drunken Shamrock. Let me switch camera angles here. They are side by side. I'll switch it back this way. They won't get close to Kiwi. Gonna opt to go the inside, making MG Jacobson go the long way around, but he makes it work. And Shamrock has been dusted. As now he's got Mod right behind him, trying to unlap himself. As, oh my god, MB Jacobson. He's gonna go for it. He's got to. He's got to get past this Ferrari. Try and catch back up to Omarmo. As Mod is like pushing through, trying to get past everybody. Remember, Mod is lapped everybody. But he does have fresh, soft tires. Hopefully he doesn't hit any walls and stays out of the way. See, Newbie and Zeech kind of duking it out right now. So yeah, they've lost so much time to Omarmo now. MB Jacobson definitely needed to have made his move on Drunken Shamrock a bit earlier. But what can you do? So we now back up to the podium battle. MRK and Golden Drift both saved up a lot of battery here. We've got one more lap to go after this. Who's saving? Who's dumping? Who's got more power left at the end of this race? Same with Newbie. Newbie is pushing. Zeech was pushing. Now he is again. Gonna try and hold on to it. He doesn't want Newbie to be ahead. But would you rather the person... I rather... Oh my god. I mean, now if you're gonna take the corner like that, then you want to be ahead. But now, he might have bottled it. Now he's got to catch and stick with him as best as possible. And I think Golden Drift might do the same. Whack it in none. Save up as much ERS as possible. Sit behind MRK and wait till the back straight to make the move. But we'll see. yeah, he's not gonna go for it. He's not gonna fall for any games. He's gonna be patient here. Let's see what Zeech does. He probably opted to do the same. Yes, he does as well. We take it nice and easy. Arcade is pushing a little bit. Goes Golden Drift. Yeah, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be really close. I think Golden Drift might have this if he plays this nice and smart. Just sit behind, get the DRS, and then make your move. Gotta have a good exit here, as he does. I think it's a better exit than Marquet. Marginally. It looked like he was about to, but he did bounce over the curb a little bit. But now, we're gonna dump everything possible. Leading up to DRS, the DRS zone, detection zone, sorry. And here we go. DRS open, that rear wing is flying open, and I don't think MRK is going to have anything he can do about it, but let's switch back up to the Red Bulls, as here they come across the line, or sorry, through the last corner, as Tilla hanging out behind Rhythms, and here they go, Red Bull 1-2 Golden Drift is going to take P3 away from MRK, and Zeech actually got past Newbie on that back straight. And through he goes up to P5. Well done to Zeech. Good big points for Williams. Newbie, P6. Omarmo with a great drive up to P7. MB Jacobson, good recovery up to P8 as well. Duncan Shamrock in 9th. Kiwi with a solid 10th with driving on 23 lap old hards. God bless him. Fletcher, Newbie in 11th. And man in the box. The slow-moving man in the box will be the last points scorer in this Tier 2 Las Vegas race, as he is chilling in 5th gear across the line. There he goes, Miller, NVA, well, just those two, are duking it out, come across the line, but Miller will take 13th, ahead of NVA and Jordy, having a Sunday cruise down this back straight. Will eventually cross the line to come in 15th. Mod was lapped. Had good pace at the end of those softs, but unfortunately had some early struggles, and yeah, caused him to pit a couple of times. So he is the last finisher today, as Jordy is probably taking his foot completely off the gas pedal, and it's going to slowly drive over the line. And while he does that, we will look at our winning pair here. A double Red Bull podium. Well done to Rhythms and Tilla. And Golden Drift for the podium. And that's all she wrote for Tier 2. Yay, yay. Here's your trophy, sir. Shake hands. You clap. Oh my god, it's Jarno Otmir on the podium. I'm not gonna watch that. We're gonna skip that. Anyway, so Rhythms, our race winner. Fastest lap goes to Jordy the Fox, and Zeech was driver of the day. Most overtakes and the cleanest driver was Kiwi in the Ferrari. And just real quickly, I will scroll through our finishers. So no in-game penalties besides the ones in the beginning with that incident with Miller. But just in case if anyone needs it for stats and stuff, I will also slowly swipe through our race director here. Yippee! Alright. I think I got everybody. Did I do this one already? I did. Fantastic. Well, everybody, I appreciate you sticking around, and I don't know who's doing Tier 1 today. Hopefully there is somebody. And if not, we'll catch you next time in Abu Dhabi. Adios, friends. Bye-bye.